So good evening, everybody. This is Tenacious Earl on the Tabletop Baseball channel. You may have said to yourself, maybe he'll quit while he's ahead, while when the Phillies win a game, and that is not going to happen at this point. Glutton for punishment. Phillies are going to play Game 2 of the Braves here. The Phillies, again, 4 games behind. Interestingly, so I finally did some stat updates. The Braves are actually, so all of the teams in this league where I'm putting the stuff in, so I'm doing all the stat compilation in Strat PC. So it plays all of the other games. And in that process, the Braves are actually 21-17. They're actually 2 games ahead of schedule. In real life, they were basically 500, 19 wins, 19 losses after the first game of the series. But in this simulation, they're 2 games better. And so, well, we'll see if the Phillies can take this game, game number 2. In real life, Atlanta defeated the Phillies 8-6. The Braves are pitching Tom Glavine, I assume if he is not yet in the Hall of Fame, I think he probably is, but if he isn't yet, he will be very soon. I forgot to write the pitchers' names where I put pitchers. And Brett Myers will pitch for the Phillies, so let's get going. Okay. I have yet to do the weather stuff, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. We're going to use the same dice, the old blue, red, and white. So it is a night game in Philadelphia, and an 8 means probably average, and that it is in May. So, but average isn't bad for Citizens Bank Park. That's 10-7 on the singles, 13s on the home runs. So ballpark home run chances are a 65% chance. And real quick, I want to congratulate Fred Manson, who won the drawing on the channel here on the Patreon account. So congratulations to him. Again, to join the Patreon account, you just go into the description of this video. There's a link to it. For $2 a month commitment, you will get entered into a drawing for half of what we receive in that Patreon account. And so, in any regard, that's that. So the Braves, they have almost the same lineup. They do have one change. Rather than Greg Norton, they're going to use Mark Teixeira at first, as you would expect. I'm not sure why he didn't play the last game. Maybe he was injured or something, or needed a rest. Yunel Escobar short, Mark Kotsay in center, Chipper third base, Teixeira first base, McCann catching, Francoeur right field, Kelly Johnson at second, Gregor Blanco in left, and Glavine on the mound for the Phillies. It'll be only the catcher is changed, and this one will be Rollins short, Victorino right again, Utley second, Howard first, Burrow left, Worth center, Felice third base, Chris Coast catching, and Brett Myers on the mound. And so here we go. Escobar leads off with a 6-7. So a 6-7 for Myers is a 1-7 double chance against a righty, and a 1. I still have yet to address this. I'm gonna let me see. I have a tough time addressing. Let me see what happens if I do this. That may be a little better. That doesn't help either. No, that's a little better there, but then you can't quite see. You'll have to trust it. It was a 1, so that will be a double I'm going to turn it up here. So just trust my... I want to use the same D20 at this point, but I may change that in the future. It's just a bit shinier. It's got a glossy finish. That's a double for Escobar off of Myers' card. So, good start for the Bravos. Kotze. They'll be holding Escobar on, correct? Yeah, they'll be holding him on. So Kotze, they're going to hit and run with Kotze. And that'll be a 7. Uh-oh, that means that's got to be a stolen base chance with a 1 through 3. So if you get 1 through 3, it is, so it'll be a B7, correct? B7 batter misses pitch. So we've got to see if Escobar does get a lead here. 4 or 5, he gets a good lead. And it's a 6, so he does not get a good lead. Thus, he has a 2. You subtract 4 plus 2 plus 2. So he's got a 1 to 2 chance of stealing this bag. Or wait, why am I... Never mind. Never mind. I just messed up. He's at second. That was a double. So there'd be no... I'm gonna change my description. Mistake. Against a righty, that was a 1-7, correct? It's a grounder to short. So no hit and run. We aren't sending Escobar from second, so don't worry about that. It's just a grounder to short. The runner can't advance. And oh wait, grounder to second. Let me get this off of Kotze's card. It was a 1-7, and let's get it right. Getting a little ahead of myself here. There we go. 1 out, and the runner does move up on the grounder to second for the lefty. So Escobar at third with 1 out. And now we're in the right ballpark. Chipper Jones. That is a 1-8. And he will single and score Escobar. And that'll be an RBI for him. 1-0 Braves. Right? 1-8. It's a single. So Myers already in trouble off of his card. Jones. I don't think Jones is particularly mobile. I'm not going to go here with 1 out. Teixeira. 2-8. 2-8. Ballpark home run. This could be 3-0 before a Philly reaches the plate here. 1 to 13 chance for either side. Does Teixeira go yard? It's a 14. So what does that mean? Well, that means there is the potential for what do you call it? For a robbing chance by center fielder Worth. Let's see. Center field fence is 6 at Citizens Bank Park. So, in fact, there is an opportunity for this. So you go from Worth, and Worth is a 3. So a 3 means 1 to 11 is a home run, 12 to 20 a fly out. And it's a 16. So that will be an out. And I believe, let me see. I forget. Let me see. I have the rules here. Just making sure, because there could be an advance if this is considered an A. I don't know if it's an A or a B. Okay, where are you? I want to get this rule right. Robbing a home run. Okay. Doesn't say. I guess they call it a B, so it won't be an out, or it won't be an advancement. So that's 2 outs. And McCann with Jones at first. You know what? Jones is going to try to get a lead here with 2 outs. He needs a 2, but if he can get the 2, he has a really good chance of taking the bag. But it's an 8, so he doesn't get it. He's just going to hang tight for McCann. Teixeira almost went yard. That's a 1-8. That's a grounder to first, and that will be it. But 1 run, almost 2 runs, but Worth makes a jumping catch to rob the Braves. So Glavine will come to the hill, face Jimmy Rollins. 2-3 against a lefty, and that'll be a grounder to second base. And tries to go the other way with it. Rollins does, but there's Kelly Johnson. Make the play. Hi, Espo. 2-7 for Victorino. 1-8, 1-10 double chance. It's a 3, so he will. Double's going to bring up Chase Utley. Let's see. Glavine is good at holding runners, so they will. They're not going to. Victorino is not going to try to take third here. So that is a 2-10. That's a grounder to first. The runner will move up. But with 2 outs, it'll be Ryan Howard. Lefty-lefty matchup against Glavine. 2 outs. And a 3-6. He strikes out, ends the inning. So the runner's stranded at third. It's 1-0. Braves on top. Second inning. Oh, you know what? I need to go to the other. Just a second. I'm updating my browser to get to where my chat window is. So Jeff Francoeur, 3-9, 1-5 home run. This game looks like it might hold form. 1-5 would be a home run. It'll be a 10. That'll be a double for Francoeur. So Kelly Johnson could be up bunting. Instead, I think he's just going to swing away here. 6-10 against a lefty grounder to short. Won't move the runner up. It's Rollins, Francoeur. They're probably not holding him on, and no, they aren't. So it'll be 1-8 for Rollins, and he'll make the play. So Gregor Blanco. That's a 4-10 against a lefty. That's a grounder to second. Francoeur will move to third, but that'll be 2 outs, and it'll bring up Glavine, who I thought he was a better hitter than this, but he's got pitcher's hitting card number 1. Of course, he gets half of his rolls off of the pitcher card, so we'll see. But if it's if it's a 1-3 on the white die, but it's a 4-7, that is a strikeout against the lefty Glavine, and catch a little bit of a break there. Could have been worse. And it's still 1-0 Braves. As I said, the Braves won this game in real life 8-6. So, but maybe the Phillies will catch one here. You never know. You know what? That's going to throw me off. Just a second. I'm going to try something a little different here, but I usually put a vertical line when I switch batters, so I don't want to do that. There we go. Okay, so Burrell will lead off here against Glavine. 1-5. That'll be a 1-9 double chance. That'll be a 10. That'll be a fly ball to left, 1 out. Maybe I'll start rolling it over here. Is this any better? A little bit. Maybe I'll start rolling that on the sheet. Jason Worth, 5'6" righty, And that's a strikeout. That'll be Pedro Feliz. 6-7 against a righty, grounder to second base. Kelly Johnson's 3E17 and a 5. There you go. Put the 5 on a 3. I think that will be a hit for Feliz. No, it won't. Let's see. Johnson is an E17. And that's 12. And he'll make the play. That'll end the inning 1-2-3 for Glavin. Moving right along, top of the third, 1-0. Braves on top. I think after this series, I will do an update on where kind of the current stats are for the league. Here's Escobar, top of the order. That's a 6-10 against a righty, grounded to short. Again, Rollins 1E8, and he'll make the play. Mark Kotze, 1-7 against a righty, grounded to short, or second base. Again, 2 times he's done that. That's Utley for the out. Chipper Jones singled in a run in the first inning, 3-12. And he's got a chance at a single. It's a 1-12 chance, and it's a 9, so he will. Why did I put a line underneath that? Two for two for Chipper Jones. Brings up Teixeira, who just about took it out of the park in his first at bat. 110 against a righty, and that'll be a grounder right back to Myers. And he makes the easy play to first, and we're through 2.5. Not a whole lot happening for either team. The Braves have 4 hits thus far. The Phillies only 1, thanks to Victorino's double in the first. But bottom of the third. And it'll be 8-9-1. Chris Coast and a 180 strikes out. That's the third strikeout for Glavin. Brings up Myers. Pitcher's hitting card number 1, batting from the right side. 5-5. And he's going to draw a walk. So Myers gets on. That brings up Jimmy Rollins. Against the lefty Glavin. 5-4, batting from the right side. That'll be a fly ball to center field X. And the center fielder is Mark Kotze, a 3E3. That's a 17 and a 9, so he will make the play. That'll be 2 outs. Myers isn't running anywhere, and it'll be Shane Victorino. I guess what I should do is roll this first. 2 down. 5-7, batting from the right side. He will walk off Glavin. So that'll bring up Chase Utley with Myers at second, Victorino at first, and 2 outs. 14, 6-7 against a lefty, grounder to second base. And a 3 for Kelly Johnson. That will be and let's see, they aren't having to hold anybody on here. So that will be a hit. That'll be a single, but will only advance the runners once. It's going to load the bases. And no error. So with the bases loaded, it's Ryan Howard. There's a 1, potential wild pitch, but Glavin does not throw wild pitches. He's got a 0 arm. Well, I guess he might off of the catcher's X, but here we go with Howard, 2 outs. That's a 2-8. He's going to strike out to end the inning with the bases loaded. And the Phillies come up empty. And it'll be Myers going back out there. Can't get the run support thus far. Top of the fourth. It's 1-0. And McCann will lead it off. Against a lefty 6-6, he strikes out. 0 for 2 for McCann. Frank Hoare doubled in the second. 1 for 1. That's a 3-6. He'll ground it right back to Myers. And he makes short work of that. Kelly Johnson. That's a 3-7, and he will strike out. 2 strikeouts in the inning from Brett Myers. 3 in the game so far. And the Phillies will come to bat in the bottom of the 4th, down 1. JVD. Yeah, you know me. All right, so here we go. Pat bat against Glavine. That's a 5-7 righty. That'll be a walk. We've seen that a few times here. Glavine seems to have some control problems against righties. So Jason Worth. Burrell's not going anywhere. That's an 8 on D20, so don't worry about that. 4-9 against a righty. That'll be a double for Worth. Burrell's going to hold up at third. So second and third, nobody out. And Felice will come up to the plate. Here we go. Pedro Feliz. That's a 10. So we don't have to worry about that. 3-7 against a lefty. And this is going to score 2 runs. Phillies will take the lead on this. Could be a triple for Felice, but it needs to be a 1. I should have rolled it over here, but instead I didn't. That's a 13. That will be a single 2-star. And both runners will come in. And a 2-1 lead for the Fightins. Felice at first. Chris Coast at the plate. And a 1. Again, Glavine does not throw wild pitches off of his card. 4-8 against a righty. 1-9 double chance. It's a 4. So a double for Coast. Felice with nobody out. Will hold up at third. It brings up Brett Myers. They're going to let Brett Myers swing away here. Not the best bunter of all. And don't want to get into that whole sack bunt thing at this point. So second and third, they're going to play back. They'll hope for it. They'll let the run come in if they. That'll be a grounder to second. Myers bats from the right side. So a grounder to second X. That is Kelly Johnson, not holding anybody on. So he's a 3 and a 19. And then 5, a rare play. Okay. Let's see. So the 3 and the 19 is a G1. Well, let's see. They're playing back. Let's see. G1 with a rare play. If there's a runner on first, there isn't. No, the batter grounds out with the runners holding. Oh, that's a shame. Runners don't go. 1 out. Playing back, but no runner at first. Jimmy Rollins. That's a 4-2, batting from the right side. And this is going to be a correction chance. 1-18 single would score the third run. It is a 15. I should have rolled it over here again. I'll make sure and show you it's a 15. Rollins finally gets an RBI. It seemed like he had struggled with runners in scoring position. It's 3-0 or 3-1. Oh, okay. Yeah. Victorino now. Glavine struggling a bit. First and third, 1 out. The Braves are going to think about getting Will Oman. Well, actually, they're not going to get Oman up. They would get up. Let's see. Maybe Jeff Bennett. For the righties, they're going to keep Glavine in past, up through Utley and Howard. So, first and third, the Braves now will play. Well, they're going to play a double play depth. They're hoping for maybe a ground ball double play, although Victorino is fast. 2-7 Against a lefty, 1 to 10 double. And it's a 19. That'll be a fly ball to left B, so that will be a sac fly that will score Coast. RBI for Victorino, and it's 4 to 1. That brings up Chase Utley with Rollins at first. Glavin good at holding runners on. Rollins will try to steal, though, or he's going to try to get a lead. Same pull Glavin, and that's a 7, so he does not get the lead. And Rollins, well, he has a good second number. Let's see. 14 to 10. Yeah, he's not going to go 1 to 6. So let's roll for Utley here. 2 outs. And that's a 3-9. Strikes out to end the inning. So 4 runs. Espo is voting for pulling Glavin. They're going to get Will Omen up, and they're going to definitely pinch hit for Glavin here. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. So Myers gets staked to a 4-1 lead. And top of the 5th. And this will be it for Glavin for sure. Gregor Blanco against Myers. 3-2. 3-2 is a ballpark correction factor, or whatever they call that thing. 1 to 2 single for Blanco. I should have rolled over here. It's a 10. So that'll be a line out to second base to Utley. And so now we're definitely going to go to a pinch hitter here. They're going to need somebody that goes from the left side, really, well, early in the game, you might want to save your better. Like Norton's pretty good against righties. Gotai's pretty good. Diaz, not so much. Infante's okay. Might save Infante for a little later. Let's go with Gotai. Start with him. Early pinch hitter for the Braves. Gotai against Myers. And a 6'11" batting from the left side. Grounder back to Myers. He's a 3-0. So let's roll the D20 over here. It's a 16, so he is going to make the play. E0, no chance for an error. That's 2 outs. Gotai will not. Second, I kind of got messy up here with my little system. Yunel Escobar with 2 outs. 3-7 against a righty. That's a fly ball to left, and under his burl, he'll make the play. And the official game now, 4-1 Phillies, but no sign of rain in the sky here. It won't be Glavin. So against Howard, they're going to bring in Will Omen. We'll set Bennett back down. You know, they used Ring in the previous game. I could think about using Ring again here, but you know what? Let's do that. We're going to go to Ring instead and save Omen for later. They might want him. He's probably a little better. More higher. I didn't have much of a chance to think it through, but probably in a higher leverage situation, they might want to use Omen rather than Ring. So they'll bring in Ring here. Royce Ring. He pitched. What did he pitch? Only a third of an inning, 2 batters in the previous game. So, but it's going to be Howard. They'll also get. You know what? They're going to get Bennett up as well. And he'll presumably face Burl and Worth here. So Howard, 4-8 against a lefty. Well, that's a single. And so Ring does not do his job here. So they're going to go immediately to Bennett, trying to play the percentages. And so Glavin went 4 innings, right? Yeah. So Bennett will face Burrell with Howard at first. So a 4-5 against a righty, grounder to short. This could be a double play ball. Let's see. Escobar a 2. They're not holding Howard on. That's a 17. That will be a double play unless he errors. And a 13 on an E21. No error. That'll be a 6-4-3 double play. And Bennett neutralizes that single from Howard. So 2 outs. 6-10 against a righty. Fly ball to center. Kotze, a 3 range and an 11. I think he'll get under that. And no error. Double check that 11. Yes, that'll be the 3rd out. No runs for the Phillies. What? My son is happy that there is a hurricane or a tropical storm that has his name. I think it impresses him, as maybe it should. I think there was a Hurricane Earl a couple of years ago, so I don't think it, but I think it kind of flamed out real quickly. So, kind of seemed at the time an apropos name, but I don't know why. So Kotze leading off the 6th. Myers pitching pretty well so far. 6-8 against a lefty, and he'll work a walk. Only 4 hits for the Braves thus far. Yes? What? Oh, go ahead. You just have to hit the button that says CD. And then the cord is right there along the side. Look, you just need to look at it. See it? Just grab it. There you go. Okay. So Kotze at first. Chipper, chipper, chipper. Let's see. Kotze, what kind of doesn't seem like a runner to me. They're just going to go ahead. 6-5, batting from the left side. He strikes out. He would have had to steal if we had done the hit and run, I think. Is that right? No, that would have been a ground out. So maybe that would have been better. But Teixeira now. It's a 4-7 batting from the left. That's another strikeout. 2 outs. And Brian McCann, again with Kotze at first. Let's look at his rating again. 13. Myers is +2. Coast is +2. So you would add 2 to this. 1 to 15 chance if he can get the lead. He will try to get one. So we roll this to start that, and then we roll these. And he gets a 4. He does get the lead. A 1 to 15 chance to steal for Kotze. And it's a 10. He will get the second. So McCann will get a chance to try and drive him home from second here. 2-6 against a righty, and that is oh man. Phillies catch a break there. There is the single with the Omega, which means that is an anti-clutch. That'll be a pop-up to the second baseman, and that will end the inning. So tough break for the Braves. Wouldn't have scored the run anyway, but with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs, that's that. So Bennett will pitch another inning here, rated for at least, actually, he's rated up to 3. But it'll be Pedro Feliz, who drove in 2 runs in the 4th. That's a 4-10 against a righty. That's a grounder to 3rd. Up with it, Chipper, and Chipper throws to 1st. Larry makes the play. Chris Coast against a righty, 6-4. That is a catcher X. Catcher is McKeon, a 3 and a 10. Whoa, 3 and a 10. I got this fan going. It's blowing everything all the you-know-what. Potential foul out as long as he makes the play. That is a 9 on an E1. He'll definitely make that play. So it's a foul out, I said. 2 outs. And the pitcher spot, Myers. He's going pretty strong here. With nobody on, they'll just go ahead and let him hit. Fred, hey, how you doing? 5-3 against a righty. Grounder back to pitcher. That'll be Bennett. He is a 5 range. And a 16, he will get to an E30 and a 12. And guess what? Bennett is going to give up the 1 base error to Myers. So that brings up Jimmy Rollins. 2 outs. Oh, I should roll this because that's a 1, of course. Bennett, wild pitch, 1-11. It's a 15, so we don't have to worry about it. We're going to re-roll this. 2-8 against a righty, and that's a single to center. Yes. Try hitting the one next to it then. To the left of it. Yeah. No? Okay. So Victorino, I'll talk about this in a second after we get done with this inning. So first and second, 2 outs, and it'll be Victorino against Bennett, and it's a 1 again. Another chance at a wild pitch, 1-11. That's a 15, so he does not wild pitch. 1-5, and that's a fly ball to left, and that will end the inning. So no runs for the Phillies. Still 4-1. All right, so Earl and I have been chatting about this situation with Fred because he did tell us to keep the money, and so there's a bit of conflict in our minds, I would say, because a we said we were going to give away the money, but B, we are giving it away, and Fred's saying to keep it, and I partly want to honor that, but partly I don't want to tick off people who are. So that's where I'm sort of like torn, if you know what I'm talking about. So maybe some feedback here would be good from everybody, but obviously the people who are contributing, that increases their odds of winning. Oh, hey, that is a great idea. No, that is. I'll tell you what. That would be an excellent way. Let's do that. I don't know if we'll donate it somewhere. Well, let's double check it with Earl, but I think that would be an excellent thing to do one way or the other. Wherever the donations go, that gets my vote, because I mean, we could definitely use it to do things with the channel, but I also don't quite feel right about doing that either. So, well, Fred, if that's the way you feel about it, then that's I mean, I don't think there's any question. So, but anyway, let's get moving with this game. But that sounds like the perfect resolution to this. So thank you, Espo, for a great thought there. Francoeur is going to get a double, maybe a triple, and Meyer's time may be coming to an end here. 1-3. I should have rolled it over here. It's a 17. I keep forgetting that's a double for Francoeur. Phillies went with Durbin, Romero, and Lidge yesterday. They're definitely going to go with Lidge in this game. They will get Condrey warming up here in the top of the 7th. So with Francoeur at second base, Kelly Johnson, we had this situation earlier in the game and we did not bunt. You know you're going to be bringing up a pinch hitter here. No, they need runs. It's a 4-1, so they're going to go ahead and just have Kelly Johnson hit away. So an 18. Let's roll it. 1-7 and another trouble spot. 1-11 double. It's a 3. That will score and make it 4-2. And I think the Phillies are going to have to make their move. Myers does not get out of the 7th. And the Phillies, you know what? They're going to go. They used Romero last game. We're going to make a change here. We're going to have Romero come in to face Blanco. Lefty. Myers goes 6 innings. So they'll keep Condrey up, but Blanco with first and runner at second, nobody out, 1 across. It's 4-2. Phillies ahead, and it'll be Blanco. Blanco could bunt here too, but again, they need 2 runs now. Of course, if it helps them get Johnson home, 3-9. That's a good roll for them. That's a walk. First and second, nobody out, and the pitcher spot. They've got a lefty coming up. And they will go Matt Diaz. Let's just say as far as the donation thing goes, I want to triple check with I want to check and then double check with Earl before we do anything, because it's a combination channel. Oh, well, there he is. Is that on TBS? Earl, check the comments. There's a nice resolution for our potential dilemma. Oh, there's MLB Network. Okay. First and second. And they're going to have Matt Diaz up against Romero. And the Phillies will just make the switch to Condrey. And the Braves, they could make another switch and go with, let's say, Greg Norton, but instead they're going to stick with Diaz here against Condrey. So let's see what happens. 4-5 against a righty. Grounder to short. This could be a double play. Rollins, let's see. Were they holding Johnson on here? We'll say yes, but Diaz being a right-hander, Rollins isn't affected. 1 E8, 1 and a 12. I'll have to double check that, and then a 12 with the total. He'll definitely make the play, whatever that play is. That's a G1 all around. That's going to be a double play, and that will be the runner will move to third, but that'll be a 6-4-3. And so with 2 outs, it brings up Escobar. Tying run at the plate here in the 7th. It's 4-2. And Escobar 4-7 against a righty. That is a single 2-star. Run's going to come in. And it's going to be 4-3. And that brings up Kotze. And the Phillies have used their lefty out of the bullpen. So Kotze with a runner at first, 2 outs. 6-8 against a lefty. That is a double. You got Chipper coming to the plate. Do they want to 6-8 against a lefty, double to right field? Right fielder is Victorino, -3 arm. Escobar 13 speed would have been held on. No. 13, 14, 15, 16, -3, 1 to 13. They're going to send him. It's 15. He is thrown out at the plate. And that'll be a 9-4-2 on the double, and the Phillies escape with the lead. 2 runs in the inning. And that's that. Oh, boy. Manager sends him and gets thrown out by Victorino. All right, so Bennett has been pinch hit for. And it's going to be Utley Howard. This time they will go to Oman for the bottom of the 7th. Phillies are getting Ryan Madsen warming up here. Chase Utley against Will Oman. 4-12 lefty grounder back to Oman. 3-0. 3-7. He will get to it, right? Yes, he will get to it, and they say E0. Yeah, he'll make the play. 1 out. Ryan Howard. 1-9. And Howard is going to get this one out into the gap. Will it go for a double? No, it won't. That's a 13. Single. And the Braves are going to turn to Chris Resop now with the righties coming up. So Oman goes a third of an inning. All right, so with Burrell at the plate, it'll be Resop. Runner at first. Howard. 6-8 against a righty. That's a strikeout. So with 2 outs, Jason Worth. They're going to pinch hit for Worth here with Jeff Jenkins. They know the Braves have used their options. They'll go with Jenkins here. So with a runner at first, 2 outs. That's a 3-4 against a righty. That'll be a strikeout. Worth would have also been a strikeout. So Jenkins is now going to go into right field in the 8th. Victorino will move to center field. He's got the same rating either way, and the Phillies have only gotten the 4 runs. So, all right. Condrey will give way to Ryan Madsen. So Madsen will pitch to the heart of the order, 3, 4, 5. Chipper Jones, 4-4, batting from the left side, fly ball to center field. Victorino out there. That's a 19. I should have rolled it over here, but that will be 13 on an E2. He'll make the play. 1 out. Teixeira. Slimmest of margins here for the Phillies. That's a 4-7 against a lefty. A strikeout for Madsen. 2 outs. And Brian McCann, 5-9 against a lefty. Grounder to short. That'll be Rollins. 1 E8 and a 5. That'll be a G1 with a rare play. There's no runner on first. It's the same thing. So that will... Madsen pitches a good inning there. Tex. Who has the golden sombrero? Okay. Well, Braves are going to stick with Resop here for the bottom of the 8th. The golden sombrero is 4 strikeouts in a game, and Teixeira doesn't have that. But it's good you brought it up, because now you understand. It's okay. It's good to learn. Someday he probably will get the golden sombrero, but not in this game. 3-7 against a righty will be a single. Brings up Coast. One 6, and he's hit by a pitch. That's going to bring up the pitcher spot. The Braves are going to get Manny Acosta warming up. Let's see, how much did Acosta pitch? 1 1/3. Campillo didn't pitch much. So they're going to get Campillo warming up. And so the Phillies need a pinch hitter. Against the righty, they will definitely go with Greg Dobbs here. And so first and second, nobody out. And a 1. No wild pitch chance for Resop. 6-6 against a lefty. That's a pop out to short, and that is a good result for Resop. Dobbs will sit down. The Phillies are going to get Lidge warming up here, so he'll get a second chance to save a game for the Phillies. So again, it'll be Rollins against Resop here. 1-6, and that's a walk, which will load the bases. And the Braves have seen enough of this. They're going to take Resop out, and they're going to use Campillo. Used a lot of pitchers here. And Resop got... So, with the bases loaded, they're going to play the infield in here. Victorino at the plate. 5-7, batting from the left side. Grounder to second base. X. So the infield is in. Recall. This is Kelly Johnson. 3E17. And a 6. Uh-oh. 3 and a 6 with the infield in. That is a single. 2 stars, and the Phillies will pull out to a greater lead here. Now 6-3, and now Lidge has a much greater cushion. So first and third, again, they'll play the infield in. Try to cut this run off. 5-10 lefty, grounder to short. This is Escobar, a 2E21. 9. Let's see, they may get away with that one. Let's see. 2 and a 9. They do. It's a G2. And with 12, he won't make an error. But let's see. The G2, first and third. Infield in, batter. Runner advances only a 4, so they're going to get the batter out. They look the runner back, and who was that? That was Escobar, 6-3. And so that's a good result there for the Braves. That's going to bring up Ryan Howard. They're gonna intentionally walk him to load the bases to get to Pat Burrell. Go righty. So Burrell against Campillo, bases loaded, 2 outs. 4-4 righty, grounded to third. This is Jones, 3E19 and a 15. Let's see, E19 with a 10. Makes the play, and they will get out of the inning. So 5-3, that's that. But they do pick up 2 runs and make it 6-3. It's a save situation for Lidge. He will come in. And he will face the bottom of the order. So give me a second to set it up here. Who pinch hit here? Dobbs. Dobbs doesn't offer any. Or does he? Let me see. Dobbs. Yeah, let's do a little. We're gonna do a little, just a small. We're gonna take out Howard. We're gonna take out Howard. We'll put Lidge here. We'll leave Dobbs in. He's going to play first base here in the 9th. He's a 4E4 at first base. Not the greatest. Not the greatest first baseman in the world, but better than an E20 and E4. So here we go. Let me get this moved over here. It'll be Francoeur leading off against Lidge. Top of the 9th, it is 6-3 Phillies looking to take this second game, and another 3-5 for Francoeur. He has had 2 doubles, I think this was the same roll, and he will get a triple out of that. That is a 1. Oh boy, that's not good for the Phillies. Let's see. They got Johnson. They're gonna hold off with anything else. So Phillies are playing back. Obviously, Kelly Johnson at the plate. 5-5 against a lefty and a walk. That's going to bring the tying run to the plate. Not the way Lidge drew it up in a save situation here. Gregor Blanco playing back. 6-6 against a lefty. That is a strikeout. That'll be 1 out. Pitcher spot up. They're going to go with Greg Norton. He could definitely do some damage here. So Norton against Lidge. First and third. They're playing back. They're hope for 2. 4-9 against a lefty, and that will be a walk. They're going to load the bases. Lidge in trouble here. And it's going to be Yaniel Escobar. Again, they're playing back. They would like 2 to get out of this game. Bases loaded. 1 out. Escobar. It's a 1-8, and that is a single 2-star. 2 runs are going to come in. And Lidge making this game uncomfortable. It's now 6-5. Is he going to blow his first save of this season? He didn't blow one in, let's see, not Glavin. Norton moves to third base. Tying run, 90 feet away. The Phillies will play the infield in now for Kotze. Actually, they're going to play the corners in. They would love to be able to turn 2 and get out of this. So let's see. 2-9. And that's a grounder to the pitcher A. That is going, let's see. Wait, no, the pitcher is infield in, right? I want to double check. Corners in defense. Where are you at? Oh, boy. It's in the infield. Here we go. Corners in. On a ground ball, hit the first base, follow the rules. Second base. 20.5. On a pitcher X, pitcher and catcher consider to be playing normal when the rest of the infield is playing normal. They consider to be in when the entire infield is in. When the defensive manager is playing corner as a pitcher, and the catcher considers to be playing in when there's a runner on third base only. Okay, so the pitcher is in here. So what are we at? First and third. First and third. That was a ground ball A. That's 8. Batter out. Runner on third holds. Runner on first advances to second. Okay. Oh, I put that behind there. I want to keep it out here in case I need to reference it. Okay. So that means the runner on third holds. That will be a 1-3. Escobar moves to second. And Lidge is going to face Jones. They're going to go ahead and pitch to him. They don't want to face Teixeira. Well, maybe they do. Let me see. They're going to take their chances with Teixeira. They're going to walk Jones intentionally. This could force in a run with a walk. All sorts of things could happen here. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Infield back, obviously. Here we go. Teixeira at the plate. And here we go. 4-5. He's batting from the left. That is trouble. That is big trouble. Couldn't get a 5. Couldn't get a 6. We had to get a 4. And that's going to be a 16. That's a double. And Lidge blows the save. True to form for Strat, they can mess it up by having their 50-50 split. So, but anyway, Jones, he's going to hold at third, and they bat around on Lidge. McCann at the plate, second and third, 2 outs. 2-3, 1-9 single would score another run. It's a 16. It's a line out to second, but that's a disastrous inning for Lidge. It's 7-6 now. And the Braves are going to be able to get up Blaine Boyer with a chance to close out this game. The Braves won this game 8-6 in real life. This is 7-6 now. How about that? So they're going to get Boyer out to save. Now, here's the thing. Boyer, once he gets an out, all of these dots are actually single 2 stars. So keep that in mind. But they could go with Acosta, but I am looking in this part of the schedule as well. And also Acosta was used 1 1/3 yesterday. This part of the schedule, Boyer was their close. So Jeff Jenkins will lead it off here for the Phillies against Boyer. 4-5 lefty, strikes him out. 1 out. So now, again, the dots are single 2 star. Pedro Feliz, 4-5 against a righty. That's a strikeout. Boy, that's unfortunate time to have back-to-back rolls. And Chris Coast with 2 outs. 6-6 against a righty. Strikes out the side, and that is a disappointing loss for the Phillies. Lidge blows the save. He didn't do that in real life. But thanks to Stratomatic's way of doing things, he can't hold on to the save here. And that's, it's true to form as far as the game goes. What happened in the game. The Braves won, but it hurts to have a 3-run lead and have your closer blow it when he never did that in real life. But so be it. Life goes on. It may make you think that Strat isn't the perfect thing, and I don't know. It's probably all right. It was a good game, especially if you wanted the Braves to win this. But the loss, the blown save for Lidge. The win goes to Jorge Campillo, and the save to Boyer. So let's see. What is it? Teixeira does the damage, doubled off Lidge. So it was either Jones. If Jones was batting from the left side too, he would have done it as well. So if we hadn't walked him, he would have done it. So 1 for 5 for Teixeira. Anyway, disappointing, but what are you going to do? That's part of this great game. Has its flaws, but at some point it may come back to help my guys at some point. So, but anyway, all right, 7-6 Atlanta, your final. The Phillies dropped to 18-23. Excuse me, the Braves 22-17 after this game. So thanks a lot. Like the videos if you would. I'm going to talk to Tabletop Earl about what's going on with the giveaway. I think that would be a fine option. We just need to talk a little more about it and make the decision. So, Strat on, everybody. Have a great night, and see you later.